So I slept in today until 10 a.m. I know, the irony, right? Guy who talks about discipline and morning routines rolls out of bed at 10. But here's the thing, lying there for those first few seconds, I wasn't beating myself up about it. I was actually thinking about something else entirely. Something that might explain why guys get their shit together in their 30s and others just don't. Stick around, this might be useful. See, most guys think the morning routine is about the routine itself. Get up at 5 a.m., cold shower, gym, journal, whatever. And don't get me wrong, those things do matter. But lying there this morning, I realised something. It's not really about the time you wake up, it's about who you become when no one's watching. Think about it. When your alarm goes off and you're alone in that bed, that's the most honest conversation you'll have all day. It's just you and your word to yourself. No audience, no accountability partner, no one to impress. Just, can you trust yourself to do what you'd said you'd do? And most guys, they can't. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't want more, but because somewhere along the way, they stop believing their own promises. Look, 3 years ago, I was the king of broken promises to myself. Tomorrow, I'll start eating better. Next week, I'll go join the gym. This Monday, I'll wake up early. Monday would come, and I'd have some excuse. Oh man, I can't be fucked, I'm too tired. Didn't have enough sleep, too busy, too whatever. And after months of this, you know what happens? You stop trusting yourself completely. Not just with morning routines, with everything. Business ideas, relationships, goals. Because in the back of your mind, there's this voice saying, yeah, right. Remember all those times you said you'd change? The morning I finally got my act together wasn't because I felt motivated. It was because I was tired of being a liar. Tired of making promises to myself that I wouldn't keep. Tired of being surprised by my own inconsistency. So you know what? I made myself a deal. The deal was simple. I proved to myself in small ways that my word meant something. Started with just getting out of bed when I said I would. No 5 a.m, not some heroic time, just whatever time I committed to the night before. And here's what I noticed. When you can trust yourself with something as basic as an alarm clock, well then you start trusting yourself with the bigger things. If I can get up when I say I will, maybe I can stick to that diet. If I can do that, maybe I can actually follow through on that business idea. If I can do that, you see where this goes? It's not about becoming some morning routine robot. It's about rebuilding trust with the person who matters most, yourself. But here's where it gets interesting. Listen. Most guys think willpower is finite. That discipline is this thing you either have or you don't. That's bullshit. Discipline is just a series of small promises you keep to yourself. And confidence, like real confidence, well, that comes from evidence. Evidence that when you say you'll do something, you do it. Not for others, for you. When I work with guys now, they always ask about morning routines and productivity hacks, but that's not where we start. We start with one question. Can you trust yourself to do what you'll say you'll do? If the answer is no, well, That's our real problem. So this morning, lying there at 10 a.m., I wasn't mad at myself. I was just reminded of something. Every day, you get to choose who you are. The guy who keeps his word to himself, or the guy who makes excuses. And look, I'm not your dad, I'm not gonna lecture you. But if you're in your 30s and still hitting snooze on your potential, well then maybe it's time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Not about morning routines or productivity systems. Have conversations with yourself about whether you can trust yourself to change. Because everything else, the business, the relationships, the life you want, it all starts here. Right here. And look, if this is hitting you right now, if you're tired of being surprised with your own inconsistency, I've got a few spots open this week for conversations. No coaching calls, no sales pitches. Just conversations between guys who want to figure this out. Links in the description if you're interested. But honestly, whether you book that call or not, tomorrow morning, your alarm's going to go off. And all you have is a choice to make. The same choice you've always had. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe it won't. There's only one way to find out. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you guys found this useful, you know what to do. I'll catch you guys in the next one.